Good morning, YouTube. This is TG9304. This is my discussion on the ban list, but it's going to be short and quick. I won't spend too much time. If you guys want to hear other people's discussions on YouTube, it's not that I'm not interested, it's just that I would like to see what you guys think about the ban list. If I make the discussion, you guys will be like putting a lot of stuff into it, and I'm not ready for that yet. And besides, I have not scripted a discussion yet, so you guys can watch YouTubers or Yugi tubers on here with my channel, such as what's it called, Bexicus 4666, MCO40, Ivory 13043 or something like that. What else? Capital G. Who else? Cyber Knight. And who else? Team D Boys. A lot of you YouTubers out there already are discussing about the ban list. To those people, thank you for making those discussions. I don't mind watching them to get an understanding of how you feel about the ban list. But I do like to understand what you guys are going to talk about and what you guys are going to discuss. Even your Yu-Gi-Oh channel and Descent Enigma of their YouTube channels. They're awesome. They're all for real. They're all straight up. For me, I can't wait for this September ban list to come out in a couple of weeks, I think. But it is going to be awesome. First off, the the March 2013 format was okay. It was challenging because a lot of people were really ticked off with the Dragon Rulers of Prophecies, or Spellbook Prophecy. And a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't like it either because I keep seeing people going on Dueling Network and Dev Pro to earn more points and to get easy wins by using the most complex and competitive format. But now, since I saw the new ban list, and you guys are welcome to go under the description to look out for the format. For those of you who are new to Yu-Gi-Oh! And or who've already started to join last format, you guys are welcome to look at the DCG list. Before I talk even more, I'm going to move the camera to the computer screen so you guys could see it. Hold on. Okay, so you guys see the computer, right? My bad. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm really terribly blind. Okay, so you guys can go to this website. I don't know if you can see it. UVUguard.com /in /limited and basically it shows you what's going to come up the next semester. The next format coming up soon in 1 week. I'm glad they talked about other YouTubers, so look them up. I'll put in their channel so that way you guys can understand, and I'll put in the ban list online format for y'all on the description down below, so you guys can understand. For me, I follow these YouTubers because I understand what they're talking about. Oh, my bad if the camera's messed up. But oh, you guys cannot even see me. Well, anyway. Last format, I thought it was not that bad. I thought it was alright, especially for a lot of people who play the decks. And there's some people who updated their decks for Black Wings, Lightsworn, and etc. And there was a lot of decks I'd like to try out. So far, I could only try so many in so little time. But I can't wait to net deck anyone else's deck to see how the deck works and to understand what could I alter it. But whatever I learned in the last format, I can easily adjust a few cards off by a lot, since I net deck someone else's E-Dragon deck, and since Heavy Storm and Giant Grenade and Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment have been, one of them, Solemn Brothers, have been banned, The only one left is either was Solemn Warning or Solid Judgment. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of them was banned for the TCG list, and it's going to be complicated and it's going to throw off a lot of people. There was a format though where you actually have one mystical space typhoon and one heavy storm and one dark hole, and you could have triple giant grenades, and that was amazing. But now in this format and the last format, that this format and the next coming format, they still have not changed giant grenade's position to having been I say unavailable or not used, and also a heavy storm and Monster Reborn, and all those single cards that could help you out change the tide of the duel. Personally, I liked it, and I still like having Heavy Storm around and Monster Reborn, but there are so little chances to perform everything you want. And it's kind of funny and kind of ironic how I feel. Like, I feel happy, but at the same time, I feel pissed off that they took it off. And I enjoyed a lot of duels where I used my Blackwing deck from someone else, and I understand how the deck works, and sometimes the deck goes slow. But there are chances when someone uses BLS on me, and I have a monster who could barely defeat it, and he had special summon a monster called Armory Arm, and I top deck Monster Reborn my next turn. To use Monster Reborn, special summon Armory, activates effect, gain my monster was 2400. He basically became a 3500 no 3400 beater, and attack his BLS soldier, and then go for game. He had 27 life points. Due to my monster's card effect, if my monster defeats his monster by battle, the opponent also loses extra inflicted damage depending on the number of attack points the destroyed monster has. So it was pretty beast. I can't believe that format actually works. But now the new format's coming up. The baby dragons are gone. All the dragons, they can hang out if they want, but what's going to take them to work together? Probably some of the y'all duelists out there will use more dragons as a dragon deck, or use a mixture of attributes for one attribute each. So far, I only have six, I think. Let's see: water, tidal, um, earth, redox, wind, tempest, fire, blaster, and who else? Water, earth, fire, wind. Why did I say five? Well then, that's a picky. Well, like I said, since there was only five dragons, I think. Hold on. Water, earth, fire, wind. What did I forget? Everything I forget. Anybody else? And if I'm including the baby dragons, like I said, they're no longer there. That's kind of good. Kind of messed up for them. And they even removed their card called Super Regeneration. That's gonna piss up a lot of people. That will decrease the draw power in the elemental decks. And man, even they even defeated freaking Stratos out of the people's hands. And people who are buying Trishula, that's sad for them because first off, why the hell would you buy Trishula if something has not been confirmed? You should have just waited patiently and move on. But that's already over. Probably they're pissed off already. But hey, that's the fault for buying Trishula at the last minute. Go ahead and keep your Trishulas. Wait for the next format to come, and the next January, which is pretty damn long time. 4 months extra, I think. But by the way, it's pretty awesome. The balance is keen. Like it's restricted even more to where the players have to think correctly, strategically, and patiently. A lot of people do not understand that how you can be very simple but complicated if you do the right thing. First off, I don't see a lot of problems in it, but I see that this deck could be the lot of card decks could actually be competitive and a good level. And no matter how bad your intelligence is, you could always perform your best. Remember, the game is supposed to be enjoyed. It's serious, but yet entertaining enough for you to challenge yourself even more against other players. For me, I don't think my format for the Lightsworn would compete. Besides the fact that it still has its weaknesses, and sure, Macrocosmos can kill it, but I don't want to say there's an app for that, but there's a card for that, definitely. There are always other ways to use cards. There are more ways than one to defeat your opponent, and there's basically more decks. They're going to be, how you say, hmm, heavy back road, especially for the format coming up. First off, if Heavy Storm's not going to help you out anymore, there's other cards like Mystical Space Typhoon and what's it called, Twister or Gust that trigger when your opponent puts down face down sets traps and spells. That should help you a lot in battle, especially at the last minute. If your opponent does that, just spam your spell cards ahead of time. Make them sure that those spell cards are destroyed. One of the cards says that if your opponent has 3 sets of spells and traps, so if he has three face down spells or traps on the field, and he barely adjusts them, you can actually trigger them. If your opponent does not have a response, you could also chain another quick spell effect and chain again, and for the third chain effect. So actually, you could activate one by one and they'll still work because what it says is condition. It states that the opponent you need to have the opponent set down 3 spells or traps on his side of the field. And man, I can't wait for the new format to come in. I'm barely adjusting to what I'm gonna do with the Lightsworn and what else? The Hero beat, and what else? Man, the Fire Chain, Chain Burn. Man, there's gonna be a lot of things that are they're gonna mess up the deck format. But the other cards like what? Two zombie spreader, I think. Plague spreader zombie. There you go. And two Kiyomi or Tsukayomi. Man, I never use those spirit monsters, but we'll see how it goes because they have support as a deck, but you need to be careful how you're gonna play them out. And it's not something that could be done in 2 weeks. It could be something done in a minute, but in order to perfect it, you have to what? You have to actually practice the deck as fast and patient as you can. What else? For those of you who have already seen the deck format, hold on. Okay. For those of you who have already seen the deck format, look at other YouTube channels. I'm only demonstrating where you could see the ban list. That way you guys can experience yourself. You guys understand what I'm referencing at. And I'll even put down the other channels that I subscribe to. They're pretty good. They're pretty positive of what they think. And they think straightforward. They're not going to tell you there's one way or another. They'll tell you there's other alternatives, and you just have to trust your gut. Should I follow this person's ideas, or should I try to adjust them? Remember, as a player, you have the choice to net deck, to make your own, and do the best you can. If you net deck, you're basically going to copy the same deck and play it over and over again until you understand it. But you will only understand why the player's choice has been made. You have no idea how the deck is made, but as you finally get used to it, you can actually alternate it to to the point where it works perfectly well and it doesn't stall too much. Now, for example, the Lightsworn deck, it has BLS. I don't like using BLS because just like it's a one-time card, and you can use it as many times as you want. It's not easy to summon him because I have very limited darts and a lot of light. And the deck doesn't work as well, but it wins duels because it's the OTK deck. I could basically uh, crash recklessly onto my opponent, and it can come back stronger than needed, especially against the Sega. I mean, excuse me, not the Sega, the Saga of the Blue Eyes deck that people have been making and copying off of it. It could still beat their mate in the Blue Eyes. It's not a big rush, but when people start playing in real life and trying to make adjustments, they had to be careful how they're going to control the deck. They had to be careful how they're going to make Maiden the Blue Eyes be the only card on the field. But since Heavy Storm is not going to be in, hold on. I don't know if Dark Hole is in it. Let me see. Because Dark Hole in it, I'll be like, what the hell? Okay, let's see. My computer's not working. No, don't be working. Okay, hold on. Dark Hole, spell card. Let me see if Dark Hole's in here. Okay, Cold Wave is not used anymore. Wait, it's forbidden? The fuck? Okay. Dimension Fusion is not coming back. Future Fusion, Gateway of 6 Samurai for those 6 Sands players. Giant Tornado is going to be forbidden. Oh, Heavy Storm's forbidden? Okay, so far. Oh, Card Destruction's forbidden. Go look that up. Change of Heart. Okay, that sucks. I can't use them. Brain Control. Brain Control? Really? Really? Crap. Oh well. Graceful Charity. Man, it's been a long time. Last Will. Mass Driver, Metamorphosis, Monster Reborn, Painful Choice, Pot of Avarice. Oh, those of you who don't use Pot of Avarice as much, you could still apply it, but now, since the format's coming up, it's not going to be easy for people to play with it because you don't have a lot of monsters in the graveyard. But there's a way to recycle them. You just have to figure out what monster is good to recycle your monsters back to from your graveyard to your deck. I learned that a lot. It should be working well. I just need to figure out what cards I should put in the Lightsworn deck. Um, Let me see. I want to put in the Lightsworn deck as Gishki and Lightsworn. The reason is because Gishki monster, what was his face? Angus or Agus? He has the ability, or one of the ritual monsters has the special ability, when he special summons to the field, successfully, damn it, successfully, oh my gosh, okay, successfully, you can recycle you can recycle 5 cards from your graveyard, return them to the deck, reshuffle them. You don't draw, but you at least know that you added some cards back. That way you can regenerate. Even if the Lightsworn goes against the Cosmos, there's cards, even though it's just one card itself, there are cards that can special summon from this ban zone, or remove from play zone, or banish zone, for those of you who prefer that name. What else? A ban zone, return from the different dimension is still limited. Man. There's also a quick play card that says Burial from a different dimension, where you can bring back banished cards from the graveyard. Banished cards from the banish zone. Return them back to the graveyard. Three of the three monster cards. And so that's gonna hurt a lot, but it's gonna work, and somehow it will work. Okay, now you have 2 Trigodias, 2 TG Strikers. You still have your tour guide of the underworld, 2 Mizuki, 2 Plague Spreader zombies, Chiraborn Tengu. Wow, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Um, Dimensional Prison. Mirror Force at 2. Oh, Geometria. Wait, you know what that means? It used to be 2 torrential tributes. Now you can use 3 of them. Wow, that is not right. Wait, it doesn't make sense. Some of the cards say, wait, how come the, wait, I don't get it. Okay, hold on. Torrential Tribute. Never mind, they changed it. Torrential Tribute is at 1, which means it's limited. Wow. Okay, so basically it is a discussion. To summarize, I'm gonna end this video right now. Is that look at the ban list, tell me what you guys are gonna do with it. Look at other Yugi tubers that I really like because they will help you a lot. They are straightforward, they help you out. They're not like other players who wish they had. They'll tell you how to play the cards. They'll tell you how they have their gameplays. Some of them might be boring, but if you like watching them duel and have them talk at the same time, you're welcome. Including the Asian Eyes, MCO40, Descent Enigma, your Yu-Gi-Oh channel, Dixie's 4666, Vixicus 4666, who else? Zybernite, Ivory, Team Du Bois, Heart of the Cards. Wow, that's a mouthful. But yeah, there are a lot of people. I'm gonna put down their channels down in the description below. And to tell you the ban list is real, here it is. My bad if you guys cannot see it right. Hold on. Okay. We'll go to the left. You guys see it? Oh, okay, you guys can see it. So yeah, that's what the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dashcard.com looks like. It tells you what they're gonna come up, and then they're gonna tell you what could be updates. And it tells you it's been updated since 8/20. We're already at the 22nd. So enjoy the new format. Do not complain. Everything's gonna change every once in a while. The new format is gonna be very slow for a lot of decks, but if there's a way, there's a will. Heck, you can even use Call the Haunted, special summon monsters from the graveyard. Yes, that's a big disadvantage, but because the card targets and makes you special summon, that's going to be hectic. What else? Torrential Tribute, it's at 1. Compulsory Device is 1. Um, MST is still at 3. So you can basically pop your opponent all his traps and spells to make sure he goes slow. There are cards that help you special summon for different archetypes, such as the Abyss Soldiers and Abyss characters for the water attributes. Um, well, there it is. Emergency Call, the E-Heroes will get a special search engine. A Hero Lives will help them out. Black Whirlwind will help Black Wings. Heretic Seal of Convocation is coming back. Wow, he coming back at 3. Wow, so Heretic players can play a Heretic Seal of Convocation again. Pot of Duality at 3. Well, I guess you have the ability of draw power, but you probably need more than you need to. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna test out my new deck eventually. I might do, what's it called? Another deck profile with the Lightsworn. I might show you the original, and then how I'm gonna mess it up, and then see how it goes. By messing it up, I get to learn what I should add and what I'm thinking. I made my own deck profile with dragons, and it's alright, but if I alter that, maybe it'll work. Maybe. I just need to figure out what could basically help me out in different situations. There are cards that could help you bring back one at a time, and maybe very so little. But again, it works, and it should work. Thank you for watching this. This is TG934 signing out. Look at the light. Ooh, no, I'm kidding. Look at the light.